Earlier this year, I was introduced to a new driver that could revolutionise golf forever. And today we're going to put it properly through its paces at Jurassic Park. Hi everyone, my name is James Robinson. If you're new here guys, welcome to the channel. Today I've got the Auximity driver. Now this thing is as crazy as it looks. We have a huge rear weight in the back here for maximum MOI and forgiveness, and I mean we'll just show you the address position. So I was lucky enough to head to Orlando, Florida to test this driver, and I couldn't believe how, for me, much easier it made hitting fairways. So for me, I like trying to hit driver as hard as I can. We all do, but guys, if you struggle losing the drive to the right, this could well be the driver for you. So we're going to test it at quite a tight golf course today, like I said, and we're going to test it for numbers as well. Interesting to see what kind of club head speed we can get. Does it affect aerodynamics? It really is outrageous looking, and once you get used to it, once you move your ball position slightly, I think it can be an absolute game changer. So, first shot of the day, we'll move that ball a little bit further up, sternum back, and that sounds absolutely incredible. It's a really loud sounding driver, and that's flying down the left side of this hole. So the first shot we've got 2001 spin, 154 ball, and a 277 total straight off the bat. That didn't feel like an exceptional strike, didn't feel like a fantastic strike. I do certainly think with a club like this, it can make golf that little bit easier if you struggle with that slice, or if you struggle just any kind of shot that goes to the right. You'll see my shot there was heading to the left side of this pretty wide fairway to say how tight the course is. Wow. That feels absolutely brilliant. I've hit that really, really nicely. We've carried those bunkers out there. That was a better one as well. So club speed 108, ball speed in the 160s, still spinning at 2.4. So the spin is pretty manageable, as you can see, 279 yards. So we're really starting to up the ante with this. And I will say, when you first see a driver like this, so shelf appeal is huge when it comes to buying golf clubs, when it comes to choosing your driver. You see that on the shelf and you're like, what on earth is that? I do feel like it brings intrigue, I feel like it brings questions, but you can see with this weighting, it's properly designed to make golf that little bit easier, and I think more accessible to people who've struggled, lifelong golfers who just keep missing the ball to the right. If I sound out of breath, I think we're at altitude. It's so humid here, isn't it? But like in the address position, that looks absolutely outrageous. I love the logo of the bull as well. The logo is really cool, the head cover is really cool, and it isn't like, so I've hit 2 shots with it here today. We're in Mauritius, by the way. I should have probably told people, Bob, shouldn't I? We are in Mauritius, and I just get used to it a little bit more. That second one was a bit lower. Can we launch up? This is a 9 degree. There, of course, are different options. We'll talk about shaft in the video later. So good, so good. That's the one that I normally hit that I think does peel off to the right, and it stayed absolutely arrow straight. 159 ball, 2.2 spin, a little bit lower total distance at 263. So far we're up in the 260s, 270s. Can we start hitting this a little bit further? Can we hit all the fairways here in Mauritius at this very tight Jurassic Park style golf course? And can you find yourself a driver that makes golf that little bit easier? And funnily enough, we look at exactly how these balls have gone. We've hit the fairway 3 times here, and this is a fairly wide fairway comparable to some of the holes we are going to play with this driver. I mentioned about the head cover. How cool is that? You'll like this, running a bit of, what brand is that, Bob, that we put these in your shoes?
Off-white.
White?
Off-white.
Cream? Rain? Don't rain. Please don't rain. And what I found really interesting out in Orlando with this driver was that it can be used for so many different golfers. It can be used for people who slice the ball and miss the ball right, who get really upset with that, like Brett Cooper. You could have a soft regular shaft in here, you could have lots of loft on here, make it really easy to use. Or even Alex Etchers, who hits the ball like an absolute thunder, can get it out there and really, really get that. He does though, doesn't he? He does, but he does really give it a good go. His club head speed is like 120, ball speed in the 180s sometimes, and he can get an extra stiff shaft in here, and the shafts are absolutely fantastic. They're really, really premium as well, so they're all kind of done in-house, which again, I think the guys are doing things properly. They're kind of going doing their own R&D, which a lot of companies don't do anymore. Right, we're into the wind here a little bit, so let's see what what we can generate. That sun's bright. So it rained for like 30 seconds, Bob, didn't it?
Yeah.
Come on, let's try and play a bit of a draw. Get that path into out. Now that's interesting because the way that hole plays, that's the perfect drive. I don't think it's going to have gone overly far because of the launch. Clubhead speed's high, 110. Yeah, 250 total, it wasn't the best strike. But ball speed, 162. So what I want to do with this is generate the ball speed, but also get the launch, Bob, as well. Because launch, ball speed and the spin numbers, maybe I need more loft, to be honest. I asked the guys for a 9. Maybe I need a bit of a 10, 10 and a half, but so that's launched better. It was a very, very, very toey strike. If that ball speed's anywhere in the mid 150s, 158, 1900 spin, 110 club speed, 278.
Oh my God.
And that's kind of where we're living at, isn't it? We saw on the first hole with these drives, we are generating good speeds from around this face. It's a conforming drive as well. It's totally legal for play. It is sold out at the minute, I believe, but they are working on getting more in stock. So I can see exactly why it's sold out, because it's not a cheap driver, but if it can perform like it has been doing for me, I don't know where I've teed that up, Bob, to be brutally honest, but I think there's a high 280s coming. Even that's a bad. What I'm more pleased with here isn't the good shots, it's the bad ones. Yeah, the bad shots. So 2000 spin again, 160 ball, 268 total. So on a really bad shot, I'm losing like 12 yards. Even some of the biggest drivers in the game, if you were to strike it that badly, you're losing a lot more than 12 yards. And there's a small matter of just hit the fairway 3 times in a row on quite a tight par 4. Five. Should we go find where they are?
Yeah.
Let's go. Right, an incredibly tight hole here, the 8th hole. It's not the longest of holes, but there's volcanic rock everywhere. So the last thing we want is a driver that's going to be too sporadic, too inconsistent is the word, Bob. I could probably do with teeing the ball up, that would help. But we're into the wind again, so I think anything around that 270, 280 number is a really, really good effort. Feel that wind now? Into. Wow. Wow, that is absolutely. I was going to say monstered, but I don't really like the terminology, Bob. 2.7 spin, 157 ball, 265. So again, we're kind of in the realms of consistency, which I do really like. I think I don't want a driver that's going to be massively inconsistent front to back and left to right. I'd love to get it moving right to left. I think in the wind especially, that'll massively help. Like that. That's the best drive I've hit all year, isn't it? That's outrageous. Very consistent into the wind. 262. And the spin, 2-3 spin, 159.6 ball. It's very consistent. So guys, what we're going to do, I'm going to test this against a couple of other bigger name drivers throughout the next few weeks. So make sure you stay tuned, hit that subscribe button if you want to see it. Do me a favour, get in the comments below. Is it something you would consider with that kind of very interesting, I'd call it offset, but I don't think it is offset. It's more just a tweak. And we'll also get it in the hands of some golfers who I think it would really help as well. Bob at the minute. I think you'd hit this miles, Bob. Yeah. Right, get that face turning. Turned a bit too much, but still, even that with a Callaway or a TaylorMade or a Ping, that's off the Richter left, whereas that one is the longest one we've actually hit today because it was that little bit kind of low, but 281 total. The spin will have been astronomically low. It carried 250, spin at 28, 161 ball on a miss hit. Guys, get in the comments below, could you see yourself gaming or even trying the Auximity driver? We are going to do some more testing, but apart from that, I'll see you all at exactly the same time tomorrow. Sayonara.